Hello and welcome to Prep Eve, where we revolutionize how you prepare for IELTS. So, after a long wait, and finally, one of our students has taken the IELTS test after this COVID-19 situation has begun. So, let's talk to Manikant. He is talking from Australia right now. So, over to you, Manikant.
Yeah. So I'm Manikant. So I'm currently pursuing my master's here, and in order to get a permanent residency in Canada, I just planned for IELTS initially in the month of February. Although I was good in like when I've written academic, I had a really good score. So with that confidence, I went and wrote, but I failed in the first attempt itself. Like I got very bad score, like 6.5, and it wasn't that good. Then I gave again a couple of attempts more by myself, just self preparing, and the scores were slightly improving, but not as much as I expected. But lately, then I randomly, when I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, randomly I've seen one of your video where you were talking where you were talking with one of your student, and then that like fascinated me to contact you, and now here I am. I finally got it done.
Great, congratulations. So,
Thanks, sir.
Manikant's desired score was 8777 because it was for the Canadian PR. And could you please tell us about your previous score individually, like listening, reading, writing, and speaking?
So listening, I used to get 7.5 initially, and reading was a bit tricky for me. I used to get 7, 6.5, used to fluctuate in that range. And speaking, I used to do good, 7, 7.5, was comfortable with that. But writing, I was literally very bad, 6.5 every time. Like I've written this is my fourth attempt, I guess. So all the
Mhm.
time, all the three attempts, I've been getting 6.5, 6.5, 6.10, and finally this is the last attempt that I got 7. So
Okay.
up, so for the three attempts, it was the same score repeating again and again.
All right, all right. So the first one was academic, and after that, this was your third general training test, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So whether this was computer delivered or paper based.
It was actually computer based. I've given paper based as well. The first two attempts that I've given here. Uh, I personally felt that my writing is not that good. So maybe I was in a perception that maybe because of my writing, I used to score less. But lately I realized that it's not my writing, but maybe I was not
The
framing that
content.
structure. Yeah, the content. So yeah, but yeah, in order to get the results quickly, I've opted for computer based, and I felt I was practicing in computer only, so that's why I felt that's a bit more familiar for me than going for a paper based.
Okay, this is a common question that most of the students have whether to go for the paper-based or the computer-delivered test. Since you have taken twice paper and twice with computer-delivered, what would be your suggestion and can you weigh the pros and cons for them?
Uh, so actually, there's not much difference. The only difference that you find is in the listening. So in the paper-based test, after each module, you get some time, and even in the last, you get extra 10 minutes to transfer your answers. But whereas in your computer-based, you don't get that. But I think that it's sufficient. Whatever the time they're giving is it's sufficient for you to answer that questions. You don't need
Mm-hmm.
extra time to transfer your answers in computer-based because you'll be typing it over there, and the reading is pretty much same. So everything, all the passage is in front of you. You know, you just sometimes if there is a big passage, you need to scroll down. But most of the questions, what I've realized that they be on the same page. So not much. Like it'll be easier for you to look into the question in the side and then the passage. So it'll be easy for you to figure out. But whereas if you do in a paper base, then you need to look the question again and then see the question paper, which will which I feel that it's a time consuming thing. So
Mm-hmm.
for me personally, I felt computer based is like a lot more my thing because I've been used to that, and even my writing is bad as I said. So that's why I
Handwriting.
felt computer based. Yeah, handwriting is bad, so that's why I've opted computer based. So it's up to each individual, whatever they're comfortable, it's up to them. But yeah, for me, if they ask me to suggest, then I'll tell that computer is the best one.
All right, perfectly fine. So that is also the same suggestion that I give most students, that it's your personal preference. It depends upon how comfortable you're to using a computer and how comfortable you feel while using pen and paper. So it really depends upon that. And apart from that, exactly, there's no other difference apart from the slight difference that you have in the listening test, which was correctly mentioned by you. And handwriting does not really make a lot of difference apart from the fact that it should just be legible. So the examiner should be in a position to read what you have written, and that's all that matters. You don't have to win a calligraphy competition here. It's just about making the other person read what you're trying to convey through your writing. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So that's the major thing. So everybody who's watching the video and is confused about this particular factor, I hope it's clear now. All right. So the next question that we have is, how did you prepare? What was your strategy? How did you manage your work, your studies, and your preparation?
Uh, so firstly, I'll tell before prep eve, and then I'll discuss about how after prep eve my preparation was. So
Mhm.
before prep eve, I was practicing daily. I've opted one of the site in the like Google where you write it and you get the evaluation. But I used to do daily practice, and there's no suggestion coming, but it just tells that whatever you want, what have you done wrong, but nothing feedback in person, which I
Mhm.
felt I lacked at that moment. And reading, listening, pretty much I was doing from the YouTube videos,
Mhm.
which didn't make that much difference for me. But when I've joined Preppy, then I've been given the booklets where I practice only that. This time I never practiced the video the like test from the videos. I've only practiced the one from the general books. And then
Mhm.
even writing, I used to have every day 1 hour session with Navjot, 1 hour, 1.5 hour. It goes to 1.5 hour. So where I used to daily write my essays, and then I used to send email her, and the next day she used to give me a feedback, which helped me to
Mhm.
improve my like what all wrongs I've been doing. And I've been doing that from 1 month and 1.5 month, and like every mistake was getting like rectified, and finally like my essay got a good structure, and the what the IELTS I expecting. So, and even the reading and listening, I used to get 7.5 and 6.57, but I never got like a complete boost where like I got 8 and 9. It's because like like Navjot, my tutor, she told me some of the tricks in listening, where which information I need to hold on to answer that questions, and even the reading as well, what all synonyms I need to look into the passage, how are the key, like by using the preposition, how can you figure out the answers, which really
Mhm.
helped me, and it gave me really boost in my score comparatively.
Great, great, great. So I'll convey the same feedback to Navjot as well. And thank you so much for the elaborate and detailed feedback. It's really going to help us out as well. So, yet again, it's very important to practice regularly, and you were one of those regular students. So that's great. And let me tell you, he's working part-time, plus he also has his work, and then he used to take classes at 11 p.m. if I'm not wrong,
Yeah,
according to
11 p.m. in the
Australian.
night.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
according to Australian time, he used to take the classes around 11 p.m. And it's commendable that he could manage all this time, because after your college, then you have your work, and then you have to also continue this. Plus, you have to complete your homework and watch a
Yeah.
couple of videos. So it's actually exhausting, but kudos to you. Good job once again. And we are really glad that you could manage to do this. And any last parting away tips, any strategies that you want to convey to the students, to the candidates who will be appearing now?
My suggestion would be that just keep on practicing. I mean, you get a point where like you're done with it. Like even I've reached that point where you keep on practicing, but you don't get results. But if in that case, I mean, there might be some mistake which you're repeating again and again, which in my case was with writing, which I was
Mm.
repeating again and again, where I was not writing on the like where I was missing the task achievement part. But
Mhm.
lately, when I realized, then I keep improved. So what I would suggest is practice daily, at least an hour. I mean, if you're writing an exam in a month, practicing daily each module for an hour would easily give you this band that you really desired for. So just practice. Practice makes perfect. Nothing, no shortcuts or something. Just practicing.
Mhm.
Keep on practicing on whatever you do is the ultimate success that can give you.
All right, perfectly fine. And thank you so much for being with us in today's interview and sparing your time for us. All the very best for your future. We hope that we see you soon in Canada. And then do let us know about your entire process. And if you need any help, we are here to help you out. And all the very best. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.
Bye bye, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Bye
Thanks a lot
bye.
for
Take
that.
care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.